Hey everybody, Mr. Dingle here again for the third part of our Fun with Pokemon video, and we're going to finish this bad boy up. So, what we're going to do is we're going to add another form, and I know you're probably going to detest me for this one, but it's going to be quick, for editing the Pokemon, and then we're going to add a delete button to our Form 1, and we're going to be done. That is going to be everything that we want to do with the databases for the moment. So let's quickly right-click on Pokemon Database up here and add our edit form. So, add a Windows form, form edit Pokemon, and this is where all your stuff goes. Now, I'm just going to quickly resize this, and I'm going to copy everything that's on Form Add Pokemon. So let's go to Form Add Pokemon, select all, copy, edit, paste. That's why you're probably going to hate me. So, if you need time to set this up or whatever like that, please pause the video and do the exact same thing. But the reason I copy and paste is because everything is named appropriately already for us. So we're not going to do anything. The save button is going to be the same. Close is going to be the same. And for the text on the form, let's just call it Edit Pokemon, because it's really butt ugly at the moment. Now, the hardest thing with Edit Pokemon is you've got a couple of jobs to do. When you open the Edit form, you've got to get the information for the Pokemon onto the form. And then when you click the Save button, you've got to replace the information in the database with the new information. So it's similar to our Get Pokemon, and it's similar to our Insert Pokemon, but slightly different, unfortunately. So first of all, let's get the information onto the form, but I'm going to need another button on my Form 1. So I'm going to quickly copy this add, and this is going to now be Edit. Oh my God. Edit. Come up, call him button Edit, and let's quickly add the code inside our database file. So, sub edit Pokemon, and the way you, well, actually, I can't do that one yet. What am I doing? Sub get edit Pokemon information. I hope that makes sense. This is going to be where we get the Pokemon initially, and this is going to be where we edit the Pokemon. So, let's build the SQL query. And this is going to be the exact same thing we did for getting the Pokemon evolution. So what I'm actually going to do is go up to Get Pokemon with Evolution, and I'm going to steal this code right here. So from Build SQL Query down to the reader cuteness value. Copy. I'm going to go back down, paste here. And that's pretty much all we need to do for the moment, but we just need to change the form that the information is going on to. And I forgot to add in a evolutions text box, so we'll have to do that as well. For the moment, let's go Form Edit Pokemon and just replace it all here. And then reader.close at the bottom. All right, so we're going to literally get the Pokemon we selected, read the information, put it on the edit form, and then close the reader. Now, before we quickly go and add some code to our Form 1, we need to go back and add in that last text box on the edit form. Oh, I've already got it. I'm an idiot. Let's just add another line of code. And that's going to be text evolutions. And put evolutions in here. Wow, I'm so silly. Okay, now all we have to do is go to Form 1 and add some code to our edit button. Double click on this bad boy. So we're oh, you're being tricky. Okay, because I copied the button, it's actually put it here in the same click event. So what I want you to do is delete that and the comma. Let's go back to Form 1 and double click on the edit button again. All right, now we're good to go. So let's show the edit form and then call on get edit Pokemon information. Let's press play. Hope for this bad boy works. Select one, edit. Perfect. Okay, so there's no code under this buttons yet, and that's going to be the next bit that we have to do, unfortunately. And actually, before we code under these buttons, we have to do two things, and I'm sorry, I forgot about this initially. But on the edit form, we need somewhere of storing the ID of the Pokemon that we are editing. It's not good enough to say that we can just say chuck Charmander's details in here, change them up, and click the save value, because how are we going to remember what Pokemon we're actually changing? Okay, and again, it's not good enough for us to grab the ID from Form 1. It's best off having the ID on the edit form and just have it invisible to the user. It's quite easy to do that. We're just going to go to the toolbox. We're going to create a text box. We're going to jam in anywhere really. And the first thing I'm going to do with the properties of this text box is set visible to false. And the second thing I'm going to do is set the name to txt ID. All right, and it's a really, really good idea that we do that. So we've now got to update our get edit Pokemon information, and we've got to add another line here to txt ID equals reader ID. Okay, if you need a second to catch up there, pause the video and get those things done, because now we're going to move down into edit Pokemon. And like all the other ones that I've done before, let's have a look at the syntax that we're going to be writing to be able to update the information of a previous record. So we've got to think about this. We're not deleting one that's already in there and then adding another one. We're going to be updating a record that already exists, because it's quicker to update than it is to delete and add. So the syntax for this bad boy is update, then the table name, then the set keyword, and then the fields that you want to update. So you've got the field name equals, then the value, and then you can put comma, and you can put another field, so you can put the second one equals value 2, and so forth. And then if you just ran an update like this, it would update every single record's field. That's a bit scary. We need to narrow it down so where the ID equals whatever ID they've picked. So if I pick ID 1 for my Beedrill, and I need to change his name to whatever else, then I just say name equals something else where ID equals 1. And that's effectively what we're going to do. I'm just going to quickly press play. I know I haven't written any code yet, but I want to have a look at what one of the IDs is. So I'm going to update my Poodle. He's number 10. So let's do a really rough as guts query. So let's build SQL query. So dim q as string equals update, Pokemon, set, and then all of the fields. So we go name equals, oh, and I did forget, don't forget your apostrophes. If it's a number, you don't need them. If it's a string, you bloody well need them. Okay, so set name, let's say I'm going to rename Poodle to Poo because I'm so inventive. Type equals Stinky. And my class has probably already seen this, and they're probably rolling their eyes right now. Nature equals floaty. And I'm already starting to get off the screen, which sucks. Cuteness value equals 500. Notice there's no apostrophes. Evolutions equals 9. He's going to evolve into a dingle. This is really, really bad. It's starting to become off the screen. So I'm going to quickly, where can we put, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to put a quote mark, an ampersand, and come down to the next line. Just there. So we're setting the columns and all their values. I'm going to put a space at the end, and then I'm going to put another ampersand because I'm running out of space, and put where ID equals, and I think it was 10. So I'm updating Poodle to Poo, Stinky, Floaty, 509, where ID equals 10. Without this, we would update every single Pokemon to Poo and Stinky and Floaty. All right, let's execute the command. As before, we are not expecting anything to be returned from the database, so we don't have to do the reader. We just have to go command, execute non-query. And then cross your fingers that it works. Okay, let's save, go to our, if you need a second, sorry, pause and do it, because I'm going to go to the edit form right now. Edit form, that's not the edit form. Where are you, Mr. Edit Form? I've closed him apparently. Let's go to there. All right. And let's double click on the save button. And my sub was called Edit Pokemon. And then I'm going to close the form. And I can do the same thing for the close button. Double click on him. Me.close. Now I know that it's not going to update the Pokemon that we're working on. It's only going to update number 10. But just like we did with the insert, we're testing it to make sure that syntax works. All right, when you're ready, hit play. Let's click on 10, edit. All the information's in there. Okay, to be honest, because we're just setting the information, it's not going to matter what details I type in here. I'm just going to click save. Again, we're not updating the table, so I'm just going to close him, run the program, and there he is, Poo, Stinky, and Floaty. And that's it. All right, and his evolution, hopefully, if I click, double click him, nah, there you go. He evolves into me. All right, so what we should probably do now is add the refresh so that when we edit this guy, he refreshes. So underneath edit Pokemon there, everyone, I want you to put get all Pokemon to refresh it on the main form. And then we're going to go back to our database and we're going to finish this guy up. And this is going to be literally all we do. Oh, sorry, deleting. We're still going to do deleting. Okay. So instead of it coming from poo, the name is going to come from the edit Pokemon form. So quote space quote, ampersand space ampersand, and then it's coming from form edit Pokemon. It's coming from text name dot text. Again, these are ugly as hell. I'm going to push him down a line, replace stinky, quote quote, ampersand ampersand, form edit Pokemon text type dot text. Next line, floaty, quote quote, ampersand ampersand, form edit Pokemon text nature dot text. Wow. Cuteness value. I hope you got the hang of all these bloody quotes by now. Form edit Pokemon text cuteness dot text. Last one, evolutions. Don't forget to leave the space in there because that's very important. Wow, that looks really ugly. Form edit Pokemon text evolutions dot text. All right. Where the ID, we're going to replace the 10 as well. We're just going to put an ampersand form edit Pokemon txtid dot text. And that'll be the ID that we've selected. So save. Let's start. Let's select 10. Edit him. Let's change him back to a poodle. Okay. Fluffy. Fluffy. Cuteness value 1000. Evolutions. What can he evolve into? He can evolve into Mew. Save. And there you go. Because we put the get all Pokemon, it's going to update for us as well. And we should be able to close without any errors. And if I double click on him, he evolves into Mew, which is huggable. Alright, so last but not least is the delete function. This is going to be quite simple. It's just one button on the first form. You click the one that you've got selected, then is deleted. So let's write the code for that first. Let's add another sub down here. Pause the video if you need to, because I'm going to move the screen now. Sub delete Pokemon. Okay, let's build the query string. And before I do, let's explain how we write the query string. This one's easy. You go delete from the table. Do not leave it like this, otherwise you are deleting every single record in the table. You put a where on the end, ID equals the ID they selected. Okay, so how do we build the query? dimq as a string like we've always done. Delete from Pokemon, where ID equals, I'm just going to put 10. Well, you know what? Let's not even do this. Let's just put the final result in there. Hopefully you've gotten used to this. The ID is going to come from Form 1's list ID selected item. So it's the ID that they've selected in Form 1. And then because we're not expecting anything to be returned data-wise, we can just do this up here. So I'm literally going to copy this guy, paste him down here, and then we're going to try him out. Let's put a button on the main form. Form design. Ooh, I'm just going to put in a fresh button. I'm not going to risk having that bloody event copied again. Resize him. Let's call him delete. Let's go up the top here. Button delete. Double click on him. And there's two things we're going to do here. First thing we're going to do is delete the Pokemon. Delete Pokemon. Second thing we're going to do is refresh the list. Get all Pokemon. Now, hopefully, when we press play, select a poodle, delete, bye-bye. That's it. All right. I hope you learned something. If you've got any questions or anything, please post them down the bottom. That is our little fun with Pokemon project just there. I am going to put the source code in these videos, or in this video, down the bottom if you do get stuck or you make a mistake. However, it still won't have the list boxes finished or the double clicking finished. That is entirely your job. All right. Now, I'm sure there's lots of different things that you could do here. We've just done the bare minimum. They've got no error handling at all, but it's entirely up to you. Hope you learned something, everybody, and I hope you got this one working. So, see you later. This is Nick Dingle signing off.